Alrighty, and we are live. Hello, everyone. I am Mikhail the Stray Cat, and I am hosting a special edition of the Free Thinkers podcast. I am joined by my fellow Free Thinker Toasted, and we are going to discuss the rather interesting outcome of the Virginia Gubernatorial Race. Toasted, take it.
Yeah, basically there was a huge upset, and I didn't really, being honest, I didn't really know too much about it except that apparently there was a huge, big staged protest by the Lincoln Project, and it basically found out that it was not. It was just a staged thing, and the thing that I don't get is why didn't the media cover it for some reason? I'm like, they don't even mention it for some reason, so I'm not sure what would Hunter Avila and those people say. It's just a right wing conspiracy theory. I don't know why haven't they covered it? Because that should really be a very uh, I don't know how it was even legal. Was it done? Did Aklef pay those people to protest or?
Well, as I understand it, now the legality of it, I'm not sure of, but I do know that there was a group, albeit a small number of people, that went out and basically did the whole tiki torch thing, and they were stumping for Youngkin. But here's the thing: once they were called out for their bullshit and they were found out, it turns out that at least one or two of them, they were actually registered Democrats, and they were basically doing this as a publicity stunt in order to draw support away from McAuliffe's opponent. That's my understanding. And
Because
I
yeah,
got I got to be honest, from the look of it, they were it seems like they were trying to evoke the memories of the Charlottesville riots and somehow pretend that Youngkin was responsible. You know,
yeah,
just like they tried to pretend that Trump was responsible, a couple years ago, back when Charlottesville happened.
yeah. The whole thing was
But
yeah, the whole
yeah,
thing. Whoever is going, if you can't tell that's a Fed protest, you have some problems because nobody, not even from alt-right, care about the Charlottesville, want to remember the Charlottesville anymore. Everybody knows it was sort of like a Fed type thing. That makes
yeah,
sense. Yeah, yeah. But I actually said this. I'm not sure if you saw that tweet. I said I'm confused. Why do they have a black person holding a tiki torch at an alt-right protest? They can't even stage an event right. I'm not sure if you saw that got like 178 likes. You see it?
yeah. I thought I saw that, but I might have missed it.
Here,
But
here,
you're
here,
absolutely right.
here.
If this is an alt-right white supremacist, thing, then okay. Why would there be a black guy doing it?
Yeah. Here's the tweet. Got 178 likes, 6 retweets.
Yeah,
Yeah, apparently lots of my tweets went viral this week for some reason.
nice.
Yeah. I mean, some of them were just pure trolling. One of them I like pretending to get outrage over a obviously Fed type KKK type thing. I'm not sure if you saw that on the computer, which everybody knew was fake. I pretend to be outraged by it. But yeah. Uh,
Yeah, I have to say, if this is the best they've got to try and push this white supremacist nonsense, then they need to step their game up because this is kind of pathetic.
yeah, I don't know. Like, this whole
You know, and here's what really gets me. You would think that when you've got a sitting governor up for reelection who goes on live national TV and makes a statement as stupid as parents shouldn't have a say in what their kids are being taught, and then he loses the election. Why is nobody talking about that? But instead, I see all over Twitter, and I've responded to it a few times myself. People are saying that this is racism. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. Like apparently, parents cannot tell their kids, they should not be able to parent their kids, but they're able to kill their kids in abortion. It's just sort of like a weird thing of the left, and even the right sometimes has some hypocrisy there. But still, I just don't, get this whole thing. But I mean, like I hear people like saying, "Oh, CRTV is not that bad. It's just basically teaching people about the civil rights movement, stuff like that." Which,
Well, that would be fine if that's what it was actually teaching, but if you actually look at it, it's completely ahistorical. It's completely historically inaccurate.
yeah,
And it literally is based on Marxism and teaches people to feel bad about the color of their skin. Isn't that racism in and of itself?
I mean, like, who are they even teaching it to? Are they really teaching this to kids? Because like, you shouldn't like teach kids about like one kid is worse than another kid because one kid has a skin color. You know what I mean? That doesn't like. I don't think if like any other situation, this one like if you would say what blonde hair people should be ashamed because they were mean to redhead people. You know what I'm saying? Their parents were very bad to the redhead people's parents. So therefore, we should try to put red people in a higher stage to even out the playing field. I mean that wouldn't go well with people, but yet this is okay for some reason. I don't get it myself. You know what I mean?
No, you're absolutely right. And I don't get it either because, I was under the impression that as a society, America and pretty much the rest of the civilized world had long since gotten past the idea of, I don't know, black versus white versus brown versus whatever. I thought we'd gotten past the idea of blonde versus brunette versus redhead. Like, what are you talking about? Not
Uh,
you. I'm talking about these people. It's like,
yeah, I don't know. Like what they say is like the critical race theory. First of all, that sounds like a Nick Fuentes type thing. If that makes sense, critical race. I didn't
oh, it
think.
kind of does.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Number one thing is I don't get these people. They're basically saying like how the problem is all white people and stuff like that. And it's like you guys should make a deal with all right people because that's the exact same thing. Like you guys. So basically, you just guys just want an ethno state, if that makes sense. Uh,
Yeah, it does come off that way, but, and here's the problem. Okay, so you want an ethno state, which is messed up in and of itself here in America.
okay.
Honestly, I'd say anywhere, but okay. You want an ethno state, but you wanted to only cater to black people. Well, okay. What about everybody else? What about all the other minorities, like Asians, for example?
Yeah, no,
Which,
yeah, that's the thing I don't get is like, I hope I'm not trying to give you, but like, it's like they say how diversity is very good, it's very cool diversity, yet they always explain stuff that are a problem and how white people are not able to are always going to be racist, are always going to not be good with black people, and that one of the key points of critical race theory is the whole I can't see color is impossible. So if you really hold all these stuff, then you're basically what's it called again? Promoting an ethno state type ideology. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, effectively you are. And that's the whole problem here. And there's another aspect to critical race theory that I'd like to touch on. Its proponents, the big players, they'll openly tell you that it's based on Marxism. Well, okay. So it's based on a failed ideology, and somehow it's going to magically work this time because you replaced class with race. Okay, yeah, sure. That sounds like a great recipe for success.
yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah, it's just annoying me how many people saying that compare critical race theory and saying people don't know, like they're making up this whole thing, like people cannot teach about the civil rights because of this or stuff like that, even though everybody, I don't know, it's just annoying. But like lately, people like Hunter Avalon have especially annoying me. I know this stream is not about him, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I'm on a personal level. I was disappointed a while back when I saw that Hunter Avalon had completely and utterly gone off the deep end, but
Yeah.
I honestly wasn't surprised by it.
I mean, he's going further and further left. It's sort of amazing. Now he's a vegan now. Now he like and like I saw his tweet where he compared like say you can't be anti what Fauci did with animals because you eat meat, and I was like he really
Oh,
went that
oh, are you talking about the steaks tweet of his?
yeah.
Yeah, I just fell over laughing at how stupid that was.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
not
but
gonna
like
lie.
you just see how much he went off deep. And this is the thing about Hunter. I don't know. This is gonna sound mean, but he's just a dumb person. People say he's a grifter, which I don't think he's a grifter. You know, this is the thing about him. I'm not sure if it did, obviously didn't help him turning to the left. It didn't help him, but the funny part is that he's saying that he got nothing over becoming left wing, and that this hasn't really hurt him. You know what I mean? This has hurt him a lot. Him being left, he lost subscribers, stuff like that. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, there's a reason. Like I think he might have a lot less views. Let's put it that way. This way, he averages like 10K views. If he's lucky, 10K views is a video. But the thing is, he's probably getting more. It's more easy for him to get monetized. And like I hear him saying like, oh, how the right wing what's it called again? Big tech banning right wing people is just a myth. It's actually more favorable towards right wing. And I was like, I wish I tweeted this to him. Well, is that the reason why right now you're able to create your own Twitter account now? Because when you were right wing, you were banned off Twitter and never able to create a Twitter account. But now, as soon as you identify as left wing, now you're able to create another alternative Twitter account, and you haven't even been banned for it, and you haven't even been banned. You're still on there. It looks like you won't be banned from it. So, like, is that because you're because of is that the reason? So you're saying like tech censorship is equal and actually favors right wingers? When you were right wing, you couldn't get your own Twitter account, but now you're able to get your own Twitter account. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not mixing up words, but yeah.
No, no, you're fine. You're absolutely right. This is a classic example of pot. This is kettle. You're black too.
Yeah, but the thing is about Hunter is people say he's a grifter. He's not a grifter. He's just stupid. I'm just I don't want to sound like whatever, but he's just stupid. He's not a good debater. He's really stupid. And the thing that I hate about him the most, I hate stupid people that think they're smart. And he thinks he's smart. He thinks he like saw the light. He's like a born again Christian, if that makes sense. He's a born again free thinker. That's why I made the free thinker thing was to Matt Condor because he's like holier than all. He saw the light, and it's like I don't know. Like the thing is but even though he wasn't smart back when he was conservative, he was at least a better human being. If that makes sense. Now since he became
He
liberal, he
was at
became
least funny.
no. Well, he was also a nicer person. He wasn't
True.
like he was not like even the left wingers. He wouldn't be mean to like left wingers. Like, but now he became like a horrible person. Like stuff that he says, he became a horrible person. Like you see, like was happy David Dorn died. Made a joke saying, "Oh, I don't know about David Dorn because he tried to save a person he tried to save stuff from a burning fire, which that means he was doing his job. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. He actually became a horrible like he like a literally the way he speaks about right wingers like and just from other stuff he really became a bad like this is the thing like this is the reason why I hate Nick Fuentes, not because of his ideology. I mean, his ideology I don't like, but the thing is like he's just not a good, nice person, if that makes sense. Same with Hunter Avalon, he's also not a nice person. You know what I mean? Like he used to be a
Yeah.
nicer person. Used to, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you. A few years ago, when Hunter hadn't yet gone off the rails, yeah, he was certainly entertaining, at least at points, but he was nicer than he is now. Now he's just a jackass, and he
Yeah,
has been for a while. And the worst part about it is that it's not just that he's a jackass; it's that he's wrong. It's that what he says makes no sense. And it's like, okay, where am I supposed to go here? I
mm,
gave like a 5 paragraph, you know, goodbye letter to him when, to his channel when I told him go get bent.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
it's like I I don't know what else to say beyond that because I'm just not interested. If you're gonna spout off nonsense and you're gonna act like you're better than everyone else because you say so because reasons, which is basically what he's been doing. And it's like, okay, what the hell happened to you, dude? And personally, I think it has to do with his girlfriend slash baby mama.
yeah.
I think it has a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
mean,
just me.
she was nice to me when she was, yeah, but you're right. And I think, like, to be fair, people like to criticize Hunter Avalon for his personal life. To be fair, like, he did end up doing when redeeming himself by going back to her. So you can't put too much blame on him for what he did, because there are many people that don't come back. So at least he, and
Oh
he,
no,
as
you're absolutely right.
and it
No,
wasn't
I
like,
don't blame him for going back to the mother of his child. I don't blame him for that. No, what I blame him for is letting, at least in some ways, that turn him into, well, what he is now. That's what I have a problem with, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Anyways, I hope I'm not interrupt. What's up?
You okay?
Sorry. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. You were mute for a second.
Yeah, yeah, I was just letting you have the floor.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's always going to say. You know, because I don't know, like, would you want to debate who do you think in the free thinkers would be the best to debate Hunter Avalon?
To debate Hunter Avalon,
Yeah,
assuming that he would even take up the offer.
yeah.
Honestly, I think that would be a toss up between you and maybe Connor.
hmm Not the Theron.
Theron would have fun with it, don't get me wrong. What I think might happen there is that there would be too many areas where they might kind of overlap each other, if that makes sense. Not necessarily agree, but they would overlap each other in the discussion. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah. I mean, I would need to study. That's the thing. I knew. Well, we need to study, and when you debate a stupid person, he makes you stupider. If that makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
If
what?
you study a stupid person, the stupid is gonna rub off if
Or
you're
you
not
no,
careful.
no. If you debate a stupid person, that's what I mean. But I
Or
mean,
that.
like, what I could say to him, what I would say to him during the debate is, when he brings up studies that when he's going to bring up studies which like support transitioning children, which I believe is an evil thing, I'll say to him, "You believe those studies are good, but not my study. Why do you believe my studies is flaunted and biased, but your studies done by the
Well, hold
uber
on.
left?"
Hold on 1 second.
Sure, what's up?
Just for the sake of argument here. Okay, let's say that let's just say we were in a discussion with Hunter Avalon
Yes, up.
and he brings up study A and you bring up study B
Mhm.
and he were to decide for whatever his reasons are that okay, because X, Y, and Z, I'm not sure that this is credible. So let me go find study C, a different study that maybe helps him, maybe helps you, doesn't know. I don't know here. But let's just say that that were to happen.
Yeah,
It's okay to simply say, based on prior experience, that you're not sure how credible a particular study might be.
right,
So I'm going to go try to find something more credible. You can do that. That's
right,
perfectly fine so long as you actually do that as opposed to simply dismissing something out of hand. You
right.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, of course. But one thing is, like, he does dismiss a lot of studies out of hand simply because they're done by conservatives. And what I would say to him is, you dismiss it because it's done by a conservative think tank, or it's done by the. I remember him debunking the what's it called, Minnesota knee on the neck. near the
Yeah.
neck because it was done by Minnesota Police Department. So he said it was biased. Well, I could say to him, "Oh, that study was done by CDC, who gets a lot of money from big pharma."
Well, if his claim was simply that, well, I can't take that because it's biased.
Yeah,
Well, here's the thing. Every single human being on this planet is biased in some ways. So what's your point? That's not
exactly. That's
really a refutation.
Yeah, no, but this is a funny thing. He claims to be all for studies that are done by the government, specifically by the government. He trusts them a lot. Yeah, he didn't trust the study done for George Floyd because it was done by the government. Because it was done by the government, he claimed the government supports George Floyd. I mean, supports Derek Chauvin because he's part of their police department system, and that always went through my head. Him supporting that study because it was done by, even him not supporting the study because it was done by the Minnesota Police Department.
Yes. And again, you know, it's fair enough to say that a government study into the actions of a government agency might inherently be biased in their favor. No,
Yeah,
that's perfectly fair.
right.
So, so what I would say is, okay, what do you have that doesn't show that particular bias? Can you find something?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and that's all I'm getting at there.
Of course,
You
yeah.
know, everybody. It doesn't matter who it is, whether it's you, me, Hunter Avalon, mommy, government. It doesn't matter. Everybody has bias. So what's the point there? That's not really a refutation. But
Right,
if you're simply going to dismiss something out of hand because of bias, wait, what? Yeah, that doesn't work. That's not
right,
really a debunking. That's not or a refutation. That's not an argument. That's all. Excuse me. That's all I'm saying.
mhm, right,
So I would say to Hunter, if you're going to dismiss a particular study or article or whatever, that's fine. Come back with proof to the contrary, or
okay,
at least evidence to the contrary, if that makes sense.
hmm
So something that actually contradicts what that is presenting.
of course, yeah, of course,
And if you can't, well, then maybe there's some truth to it.
right, yeah.
I don't know. What do you think of that? What do
I
you think of
agree.
that train of thought?
No, I agree. You're 100% right. But I would like him to see, debate my 2 cents. I think that would be a good debate.
Wait, you'd like Hunter Avalon to debate my 2 cents?
Yeah,
As amusing as that would be, I'm not sure that he would even take the bait, but you could certainly send him the invite.
yeah. I haven't spoken to him in a long time. My 2 cents.
Oh, actually, I was talking about Hunter. I'm
Oh yeah,
sure, personally, I think 2 cents would take that as a huge kudos to his ego, to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah.
Yeah. See, the thing of it is that Hunter Avalon has, well, what's he at right now? How many thousands of followers does he have on YouTube?
Who? My two
Hunter.
cents or Hunter has
No,
like
Hunter.
he has like 572,000, but like they're all dead follow, dead subs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the thing of it is, in terms of a numbers game, I think my 2 cents has not even 2,000, which is kind of sad. Because I honestly think he deserves a lot more recognition than he gets. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure that Hunter would take the offer, so
No,
to
he,
speak.
he he doesn't mind debating little people, but they have to be stupid. If you're, so an easy way to get a debate from Hunter is if just be act stupid, and then when you debate him, act smart because he likes to debate stupid people, no matter how small they are.
Well, by all means, send him the invite. I'd kind of like to see that happen. I really would. I'd
Yeah,
love to watch 2 cents wipe up the ground with him.
yeah, yeah.
That being said, if you don't mind me asking, did something happen between you and Two Cents that I don't know about?
Nothing. No. No. Nothing happened. I just. I'm not a Patreon anymore because I'm not able to afford it. And I.
Okay, okay,
Yeah. But
got it.
that's what happened. I haven't really spoken to him in a long time. That's all. I think he might have been annoyed to ask him lots of questions, but he never indicated to me. But yeah, no, nothing happened with me and him.
Okay, gotcha. No, I wasn't trying to put my nose where it's not wanted. No, I was just curious
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you've asked me a couple of times. It's like, why don't you just ask him yourself? Okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah. Can't really contact him. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. But yeah, to your point, Toasted, I would wholeheartedly encourage, the idea of a Hunter Avalon versus Two Cents debate. But I would ask, what exactly would be the topic? What did you have in mind?
Maybe single payer healthcare. I think that would be a good debate.
Single payer healthcare? Okay,
Yeah.
that'd
Yeah.
be cool.
And just economics in general. Hunter Avalon is a liberal. He's also for vaccine mandates. Hunter Avalon. So
That comes as no surprise at this point.
yeah. Yeah.
But okay, yeah, uh, that would actually be very interesting. Now, on the flip side of that coin, I have no idea whether Two Cents would even want to to debate Hunter Avalon or not.
I mean,
Uh,
he's been very busy lately. It seems doesn't he hasn't been
exactly.
uploading anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, and that would be my concern there.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, just because hey, he's a busy guy. He doesn't have a whole hell of a lot of time for that. So I don't know. Maybe he could set aside, like his off day to do it or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
But it would be cool. It absolutely would be cool. If nothing else, just to see how many people tuned in and how many people sided with Two Cents versus Hunter Avalon. Just
Yeah.
for the ratio and the proportions,
Yeah.
just to see how it goes. It would
There's
be cool.
something there's something I really want to do. By the way,
Hmm?
uh, so I want to save enough money. Caleb Bennett actually lives in my city, so I want to save a lot of money and just invite her to my house, her and her husband to my house, and interview them. I think that would be a funny interview.
It would. That
Yeah.
that would actually be very interesting.
No, because I would want to see her reaction if I told her what she thinks about black people and ask her all these types of questions. I wonder what her reaction would be. Would she be like, "I don't like them," or you get what I'm saying, right? I wonder what her reaction would be
Yeah. Just
if what
just to
she.
see how people would react to any random question. That would actually be pretty cool.
No, because I don't know what she would say if I would ask her because she's a grifter. I'm going to say this. I don't think she's that well versed in stuff. If that makes sense. I mean, she's smart at a couple stuff, but you know what I mean, right? It seems like
Fair
she's
enough.
more like a trend follower, like Candace Owens, if you got what I mean.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
and that's fair. That's
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, for my
yeah,
part, I'll be the first to admit I haven't read everything. I don't know.
yeah,
There's lots of stuff I don't know, but
yeah,
I've read and seen and experienced enough to know that a lot of what, well, I'm just going to say government and mainstream media spews out is a fat load of horse shit.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I don't know a nicer way to put it. But yeah, you're not wrong. No, that would actually be really interesting to watch, or
yeah,
or at least have audio of. Just to hear the interaction. You know, and also not trying to toot your horn for you, but you know, whenever whenever they were to say something that's demonstrably false, you'd call them out on it.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
yeah,
I
you're
think.
wrong.
Well, the thing is, this is why I don't make that many videos anymore. I just don't feel like I'm smart enough or have like I wanted to be well informed when I make something. I don't know if I it sort of gets tough for me. You know what I mean? Or
Okay, Toasted. You said two different things there. You said smart and you said informed enough.
well, I
Those
mean,
are two different things.
no,
You're very smart, dude.
no, no.
If
This
you
what
weren't, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
no, no. I mean, like this is the thing. Like it's hard for me. Like I ask so much questions on one issue. Like I wanted to make my things bulletproof, and it's very hard to make myself bulletproof. The only thing I think I'm most bulletproof on is abortion. But that's the thing is there's so much issues to speak about it. Like I don't know what to do. Go the whole make a video going the whole thing, debunking the whole thing, or just doing it bit by bit if that makes sense.
Okay, can I offer a suggestion?
Sure, what's up?
You and I both know that you've got abortion on lockdown.
Right, yeah,
You've got it.
yeah,
You've got that argument.
yeah.
Okay. What other issues are you concerned about? Give me your top three. Outside of abortion, give me your top three.
Okay, fine. A taxation, I would say that would be economics, which you could say taxation. That's a big one for me.
Okay.
What's the next one? I guess domestic issues is pretty big also for me. I mean, like, I
Okay.
guess
When you say domestic issues,
I mean
be more
healthcare.
specific.
Yeah, I meant economics first, like taxation, then comes healthcare, I guess. And number third, I'm not really so sure if that makes sense. I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, okay. So you've got immigration, healthcare, and economics. Yes.
I would say though, I'm not sure if I'm that big into immigrations, but yeah,
Okay. Okay. So we'll set that to the back burner. Okay, but you've got healthcare and you've got economics, right?
you're right, yeah,
Okay. Well, economics and healthcare are intrinsically tied to each other because healthcare, like anything else, comes at a cost. Yes?
right,
Okay.
yeah,
So, you know, and you had mentioned domestic policy, which ties into these things, absolutely, along with a lot of other things. Now, my question to you would be
yeah. What's up?
how do, how do I word this? Okay. Look into those issues. You know, take a little time, do a little research. Let's look at healthcare.
Yeah,
We all know that healthcare costs too goddamn much, right?
right, yeah.
Why is that?
I'm not sure. Like, I think I know what the answer is, but then I hear like I think it's obvious because we don't have a free market in it because we don't know the price in it. It's a monopoly and a bunch of welfare also makes expensive because we turn it into a right instead of a commodity, which makes stuff more expensive. But I hear these liberals saying, which I could debunk it. They say it's because of profits, which I don't think that's the case because profits only make up what do they call again? Percentage of the healthcare budget's profits only is about like 250 billion, which is not which is very little into the gap of what's it called again of the price of American healthcare and Canadian healthcare per se. But I hear like liberals saying that, and I know it's false, but I don't know the exact answer why profit does not make stuff expensive, and I always try to find the answer, but I don't really get the bulletproof answer I want yet. If that makes sense, it's hard to
Okay.
find it. Yeah.
Well, I would encourage you, and, and I may have shared this out at some point or other in days long past, but I would encourage you take a hard look at Shane Killian's How to Argue for Universal Health Care.
Well,
Because,
sorry. No,
hmm?
I did, but he doesn't really answer the profit question. That's the main question I have is the profit question and
Okay,
the planned
okay.
obsolescence.
Well, the profit question is answered very simply.
Mm,
There are a handful of people that government allows to actually be in charge of the medical industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, profit itself is not wrong. There's nothing wrong with profit. Profit is simply that which is left over after you do A, B, and C. You start up business X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
You pay off all of the expenses, all of the yes, and then this is what's left over. That's profit. Okay? If there was not a profit incentive, then nobody would do it.
Well, they would
So
say that the vote. They say that we have a voting incentive. That's what they would say. The voting incentive is enough. Sorry.
okay. The incentive that they're referring to is
Yeah.
for more and more and more government
Yeah.
control, so to
Right.
speak. Here's the problem. Government control is exactly what fucked up the whole thing from the beginning.
Right.
You know, and you can demonstrate this with Medicare and Medicaid and
Right.
how healthcare prices skyrocketed almost immediately thereafter.
Right.
Why? Simple. Because if the guy who is collecting payment for the bill knows that the guy paying the bill is not the one who's actually paying the bill, they can charge whatever they want.
Right.
Okay? If they
Yeah.
know that someone else is paying and that someone else has effectively limitless resources, they can charge whatever they want.
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't know how many times it's been demonstrated. Medicare and Medicaid destroyed the
Yeah.
healthcare industry as an actually private industry in this country. It and then you tack on Obamacare, you tack on
Yeah.
all this other crap.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and people wonder why doctors have more lawyers than they have nurses.
Right.
Here's your sign.
Yeah.
It's because of government involvement and interference in the market. Whereas if you roll back the clock to, I don't know, say 1901, 1902, no, doctors were individuals by and large, and they individually went to their patient's house when they were sick to treat them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it was very affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Shane Killian actually talks about this in his video, but that is besides the point. There are plenty of others that you can look at. 2 Cents has a few out there,
Yeah.
among others.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that government being involved in healthcare is not the solution.
Mm-hmm.
It's the problem.
Yeah. Do you think we have more government in healthcare than Canada, though, or less, if you had to guess?
Well, okay, that depends on how you want to define it. Canada, well, let's roll back the clock before the corona.
Yeah.
Canada had a lot of government involvement in healthcare and a lot of upper middle class or high class Canadians who
Mm-hmm.
needed some sort of medical procedure. They'll never admit this.
Mm-hmm.
They would come to America. Same as Britain. Same thing in Britain.
Right.
They'd come to America. Why? Because they would get better care faster and it would cost less. And they
Mm-hmm.
knew that. See, and that's the problem with socialized medicine. It doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Socialize anything doesn't work because central planners are never going to be able to read the market signals and determine what needs to go where at what time. The free
Yeah.
market can.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
So, does that help you out or no?
Yeah, it helps me out. Helps me out. Yeah.
You know, now granted, that might not be a quote ironclad defense, an ironclad argument, but the facts are in,
Yeah.
the data's in, and this has been shown over and over and over again. Central planning does not work. It doesn't matter what industry you're dealing with.
Right. Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's worth noting
Mm,
that central planners are never going to be able to provide the right level of healthcare at the right place at the right time. It's not
mm,
going to work. It simply will not work. And I could say this to anyone.
mm.
Oh, by the way, holy crap, we've got Prince in the chat. All right. Nice. Toasted shouldn't apologize, but I laughed at the very mention of voting incentive.
Yeah.
You know what, Prince? You're right. Toasted, you should not apologize. You have nothing to apologize for.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Ah, shit. That's not what I wanted to do. Anyway, what else is on your mind, bro?
But gonna be honest, nothing too much is on my mind. If I'm just being honest. Sort of lost a lot of drive today, if that makes sense. This week was I have a lack of drive. I don't know why, but you feel what I mean or no?
I know that feeling, dude. Trust
Yeah,
me. I know.
yeah, just
But
I don't know.
that very lack of drive was eating me inside, and I had no choice. Like, okay, I need to do a stream today or else I'm just going to lose everything. Okay, I'm going to go crazy.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
check this out. Here's the solution to the profit problem. Whenever you say profit, instead say benefit. Well said, Prince. Well said.
Well, the truth is also government makes profit. You think that employers are doing and the politicians are doing stuff for free? You know what I mean?
No, hell no.
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah. I know another problem I have is planned obsolescence, which I sort of don't get if that makes sense. I don't get why it exists if we have competition, but that's for another time, I guess.
Plant? Yeah. Yeah, actually, Sheen Killian has a very good video, among plenty of other people, uh, directly relating to planned obsolescence.
Yeah,
And it's not a bad thing.
yeah,
It's
but one
not.
no, but one thing I don't get is why isn't if planned obsolescence is a thing in capitalism, why isn't it why is the quality better in capitalism than it is in communism? That's one thing I don't get.
Because capitalism has a direct incentive.
Yeah, yeah,
In other words, cost to benefit,
yeah,
risk versus reward. And
yeah,
it is on the individual level.
yeah,
That's why.
yeah, of course, yeah,
I mean, does that make sense?
yeah, sure,
Yeah. Whereas in a centrally planned economy,
yeah,
the
yeah,
government's going to take care of everything so long as you get in line, right? Yeah.
yeah,
And how many times in the last century has that worked out?
yeah.
There you go.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we are almost 45 minutes into it.
Yeah.
Toasted, do you have any closing remarks?
Mm,
Because I think this is going to do it for me because I got a couple things I got to do.
nothing much. Just excited for UFC 268. I know I'm not sure if you're a sports fan, but I'm very excited for that fight.
Nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
All
Okay,
right. Hey, send me the highlights, dude.
okay, fine. Oh, I can send you a free link, by the way, if you really want to
Yes,
see it.
please.
You know who Kobe Covington is, I suppose.
Hmm?
You know who Kobe Covington is, I suppose, right? Or
I've heard the name, but I don't know.
okay, he. That's why I'm into it. He's some Trump person. That's why.
Okay. Cool.
man. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think this wraps up this unexpected installment of the Free Thinkers podcast. Thank you very much for joining me, Toasted. And as always, stay strong, be free. And, well, I have
Right.
a new hashtag for today.
Right.
Free Riley Kittenhouse.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Sure. I'll make sure to have it trending. Fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, have a good one, Toasted.
Fine. Bye.